Hello and welcome to 168 Hours. I'm Udma Mahmood, your host for the evening. In this week's edition, we'll be covering the most significant news stories from the past 7 days. Stay tuned. President Dr. PSMNEWS emphasizes the critical role of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in shaping the Maldives' development path. The remarks were made by the President during his address at the ceremony marking the 45th anniversary of the UNDP in the Maldives. The commemorative event was attended by members of the Cabinet and key figures from the UNDP. Speaking at the ceremony, President Dr. PSMNEWS stated that 45 years marks a significant milestone in the partnership between the Maldives and the United Nations. The President highlighted that this collaboration has been crucial in addressing the aspirations and challenges faced by the Maldivian people. He further noted that the Maldives-UNDP partnership is rooted in shared principles of progress, development and human dignity, demonstrating a commitment to sustainable development and a future in which all Maldivians have the opportunity to flourish. Reflecting on UNDP's early role in the country, President Dr. PSMNEWS recalled the Maldives' transformation from one of the least economically developed nations to a modern, resilient and forward-looking country. The President noted that UNDP has broadened its focus over the years, addressing not only basic development needs, but also more recent initiatives centered on climate resilience, economic diversification, social inclusion, women's empowerment, good governance and institutional reform. Furthermore, President Dr. PSMNEWS also revealed his vision of transforming the Maldives into a fully developed nation by 2040, with a strong focus on the digital economy and sustainable development. He concluded his speech by thanking the United Nations for its enduring and invaluable contribution to the nation over the years. During the ceremony, Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdullah Halil shed light on the history of the Maldives-UNDP partnership. The minister recognized the collective efforts of the UNDP and the government to develop the Maldives. The Maldives enters into a currency swap agreement with India valued at $400 million, which also includes an additional 30 billion Indian rupees, approximately $357 million. This agreement was signed during President Dr. PSMNEWS' visit to India. The Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA) formalized the deal with the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), with MMA Governor Ahmed Munawar representing the Maldives. The agreement enables the MMA to conduct swaps through the two currency windows, US dollar or euros, and Indian rupees. Under the Framework on Currency Swap Arrangement for SAARC countries 2024 to 2027, the MMA will be able to draw on swaps of up to $400 million and 30 billion Indian rupees as needed. The dollar-euro swap facility aims to support short-term foreign exchange requirements, while the Indian rupee swap facility is designed to facilitate trade transactions between India and the Maldives using the local currency. This arrangement is expected to enhance and strengthen trade relations between the two nations. Additional agreements signed between the Maldives and India include Memorandum of Understanding for Cooperation between National College of Policing and Law Enforcement and Rashtriya Raksha University, Memorandum of Understanding between Anti-Corruption Commission of Maldives and Central Bureau of Investigation of India for bilateral cooperation on preventing and combating corruption. Extension of the Memorandum of Understanding, Judicial Service Commission of Maldives and National Judicial Academy of India for training and capacity building for 200 Maldivian judicial officers. And extension of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Maldives and the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports of the Republic of India on cooperation in sports and youth affairs. President Dr. PSMNEWS affirms that the Maldives will not engage in any actions that could jeopardize India's security.
During his visit to India, invited by Indian President Draupadi Murmu, President PSMNEWS spoke with the Times of India. He emphasized the close ties between the Maldives and India, rooted in a long-standing friendship and mutual respect. Addressing concerns about the Maldives' relationship with China, President PSMNEWS stated that his government's primary focus is on maintaining regional security and stability. He assured that the Maldives would act in a manner that does not threaten the region's safety while collaborating with other nations across various sectors. President Moises said that the Maldives will continue to prioritize its enduring and strong relationship with India. He said that they believe that the ongoing relations with other countries will not compromise India's security interests. He reiterated his commitment to the Maldives First policy, highlighting the importance of the relationship with India while expressing confidence that engagement with other nations will not undermine India's security. President Moises noted that both countries have gained insights from each other's shared concerns and priorities. He is optimistic that this visit will alleviate the bilateral relationship to new heights.
Minister of Defense Mohammad Ghassan Mahmood states that the full authority of the military will now rest with the citizens of the Maldives, free from any foreign influence. He made the statement during an exclusive interview with PSMNEWS, discussing President Dr. Mohammad Moises' official visit to India.
Speaking to PSMNews, Minister Ghassan described President Moises' visit to India as highly successful, noting that significant achievements were made as a result of his efforts. He emphasized that the president has taken no actions that would compromise the independence or sovereignty of the Maldives. He reaffirmed that the Maldives National Defense Force (MNDF) would continue to safeguard the nation's independence and sovereignty as desired by the citizens. He also noted that the agreements reached between the Maldives and India during the visit included provisions to enhance the Maldivian military's capabilities based on the country's needs. Additionally, Minister Ghassan highlighted that President Moises is demonstrating his ability to collaborate with other nations under the firm policy of Maldives First. He stressed that the government aims to cooperate with friendly countries rather than depend on them. He also noted that the previous administration had opted not to renew the hydrography agreement and confirmed that no such agreement would be reinstated. He also assured that no foreign troops would be stationed in the Maldives.
Minister of Finance Musa Zamir highlights the investment opportunities for Indian entrepreneurs in the Maldives. He made the remarks at the inaugural Invest Maldives Forum in New Delhi, India, emphasizing the potential for collaboration between the two countries in economic initiatives.
Speaking at the forum, Minister Zamir noted that business leaders from both nations can significantly contribute to realizing President Dr. Mohammad Moises' economic vision for 2028. He explained that formulating a fiscal reform agenda aimed at reducing debt and improving fiscal stability will be tackled in two phases. Additionally, Minister Zamir stressed the government's commitment to renewable energy investments, aiming for 33% of the country's energy consumption to come from renewable sources, which will help lower fuel costs. He also underscored the importance of developing private enterprises in this context. Furthermore, Minister Zamir discussed the government's strategy to diversify tourist markets and promote tourism across the Maldives, especially in the southern and northern regions. He also said that key projects include the development of Addu City International Airport and Hanimadu International Airport. The government plans to establish 6,000 tourism beds in Addu and 10,000 in Gaf Dal Atoll to enhance tourism across the country.
Minister of Economic Development and Trade Mohammad Said has stated that President Dr. Mohammad Moises' state visit to India marks the start of a new chapter of the Maldives-India trade. The remarks were made by the minister during the India-Maldives Business Forum held in New Delhi, India.
In his address, Minister Said shed light on the economic and trade relations between the Maldives and India. Highlighting the strong relations in this field, the minister expressed confidence that the bilateral ties will continue to strengthen moving forward. During the forum, Minister Said emphasized the government's efforts to diversify the Maldivian economy. He noted that the outcomes of initiatives undertaken over the past 10 months are now evident, aligning with President Dr. Moises' vision of transforming the Maldives into a developed nation. He stated that the president's primary focus is on advancing the Maldives towards a digital economy, expanding the financial sector, and developing new revenue-generating industries. As such, he stated that the government has introduced the maritime sector to the Maldives and is continuing to expand it. Furthermore, Minister Said affirmed that the Maldives offers a secure environment for investment, providing information on the recent legislative changes to ensure the security of investors. The minister stated that the 45-year-old legislation related to foreign investment was now amended to fit to modern standards. He added that the changes being brought to the financial system will also ensure the security of intellectual property. The minister expressed optimism about achieving positive economic changes through collaboration between the two countries.
Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal reveals that the government aims to increase the revenue generated through the tourism industry to $7 billion during this tenure.
Speaking on a program aired on PSMNEWS, Minister Faisal reiterated the government's overarching goal of boosting the revenue generated from tourism. The tourism industry contributes the greatest portion of the state revenue. The minister stated that the government has adopted plans to boost the revenue to $7 billion, adding that efforts are also underway to increase tourist arrivals to 4 million annually. Furthermore, Minister Faisal emphasized the efforts exerted to increase the tourist arrival from China and India. The minister stated that while over 200,000 Chinese tourists have visited the Maldives, the aim is to increase the number of tourists welcomed from China to 300,000, breaking the 2019 record. In 2019, the Maldives welcomed a total of 284,000 tourists from China. This represents the largest influx of tourists from the Chinese market to this date. Despite the tourist arrivals from India being low earlier this year, Minister Faisal disclosed that the tourist arrivals from India have been slowly increasing. He expressed optimism in the Indian market, stating that the tourist arrivals from India will progress during the upcoming high season.
Auditor General Hussein Niaz underscores the crucial importance of good financial reports to effectively implement fiscal reforms. Speaking at the ceremony held to launch the Maldives Sustainability Reporting Framework, Auditor General Niaz emphasized the vulnerable financial situation of the Maldives, assuring that efforts are currently underway to overcome this situation. He highlighted the necessity of submitting strong financial reports and auditing financial transactions in order to reduce costs sustainably. Niaz revealed that efforts are being exerted to complete significant audit reports by the end of this month, adding that the auditing works related to the government's financial statements report of 2023 is nearing completion. During the ceremony, the Maldives Sustainability Reporting Framework was launched. This framework was introduced by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in collaboration with the Capital Market Development Authority, CMDA. The government has been exerting several efforts to improve the financial situation of the economy. As such, it has informed state-owned enterprises, SOEs, to lower expenditures, maintaining good relations with investors, and securing financial assistance from international financial authorities and foreign countries. Maldives Ports Limited MPL sea-to-air cargo services connects with Emirates.
Sea-to-air cargo services were introduced by MPL in collaboration with Maldives State Shipping MSS and Global Airlines and involves importing goods from other countries and re-exporting them to various destinations. Turkish Airlines and Qatar Airways have also joined to provide these services. According to Maldives Airports Company Limited MACL, Emirates has sent 12-unit load device ULD goods from Milan, Italy. Emirates will provide flights between Maldives and Dubai, connecting the Maldives with several European countries. MPL introduced sea-to-air cargo services in March with the first shipment sent in May. The first shipment was a garment shipment from Bangladesh. The shipment was sent to Germany via Turkish Airlines. Sea-to-air transshipment services were introduced, aiming to shorten the duration involved in shipping merchandise by sea and provide prompt assistance. The hybrid model aims to meet demands within the commercial industry efficiently. The key benefits Maldives will receive from this service is the increased number of flights to various countries, especially European destinations, resulting from this service, typically offered by foreign countries to expedite the export process.
That's it for this week. Have a pleasant night ahead. Bye-bye.